If you like Sonic Frontiers, you are in the right place today. Welcome one and all, I'm Garrulus64, and today I'm going to show you several mods for Sonic Frontiers you can play right the heck now that will improve your experience and give you some new stuff to see in general. If you're new around here, make sure to subscribe because I make Sonic content almost every day, and you wouldn't want to miss some cool new stuff, would you? You can always unsubscribe later, even though only dorks do that. You're not a dork, are you? Before we begin though, I need to thank my current channel supporters who are Wildwire, Elijah Perry, Common CJ, Keo Cartoons, and Noah Wizbios. You can also click the join button below the video right now to get a shout out at the beginning or end of my videos. And while I've got you, why not answer the question of the day? If you do, you have a chance of getting your comment into my next video, just like Hurdle here, who thought it was humorous and also very cool that they finally acknowledged that half of the moon was exploded, and we're finally seeing that again in Shadow Generations. Remember to comment down below for your chance of being in the next video, and let's get on with the mod showcases. Were you upset that Sonic Frontiers ended up reusing a lot of locations like Green Hill, Chemical Plant, and Sky Sanctuary yet again? Well, this mod right here is exactly what you've been looking for. The original Cyberspace Themes mod by Scrubbed and all of these other people listed below seeks to turn Sonic Frontiers into less of a lazily put together experience by including vastly new atmospheres to very familiar stages. Run through the confusing haze of Misty Isles, the bright and vivid lights of Lucid Circuit, and bask in the mysterious glow of the Ancient Eclipse. And don't be thinking that each stage is gonna look the same just with these new aesthetics. No, each one actually has its own kind of lighting and its own little twist on things. So the more cyberspace stages you play, the more stuff you're gonna see and enjoy. This next one's kind of a doozy and is also a bit of a new level in itself. I'm sure you've been around the internet enough to see streamers playing rage games like Getting Over It with Bennett Foddy or Only Up. If you're a fan of those kind of games or just like to see streamers or yourself suffer, may I introduce you to the Mega Tower Challenge. Now when you say Sonic Frontiers and Tower in the same sentence, some people start getting a little nervous because of those Final Horizon towers that some people thought were too hard. Well, what if I told you the Mega Tower Challenge was simply all of the towers in this game layered on top of each other in one giant course? Yeah, if you're not freaking out already, you should be, because if you start falling, you really feel the panic once you've been playing this for 40 minutes. But for those who like platforming and like how Sonic Frontiers controls at this point, because I know I do, this mod is a jungle gym of entertainment. Try your hand at beating this as fast as you can. Your best times are recorded because it uses the Island Rush mode as its basis, and see if you can find a way to use shortcuts and maybe some crazy spin dash jumps to your advantage, and boast to your friends about how fast you can clear the hardest challenge Sonic Frontiers has ever seen. Continuing with more stage mods, I've heard you guys like Shadow the Hedgehog, at least enough for him to get a whole new game coming out in just a few days. I hope you're excited for that. We're going to be covering it on this channel with some reviews and streams, so make sure you're subscribed so you see them. I just did the we thing. I don't know why YouTubers do that. Like, it's just me working on this, so I don't know why I say we are covering it. Maybe I'm trying to include you, trying to include the community, so we have like a sense of community. Welcome to Shadow the Hedgehog 3 Stage Pack. That is the name of the mod. I know it's very simple, but the mod itself is not. With this one, you're going to find yourself speeding through 3 Shadow the Hedgehog locations, including Westopolis, Lethal Highway, and Circus Park, one of my favorite levels from the original game. Not because of the missions found in the original game, of course, more so just because I really enjoy the circus aesthetic, mostly because I'm a huge clown. Aside from the aesthetics of that stage, I'm also a huge fan of how Lethal Highway actually incorporates the skateboard mechanic from base Sonic Frontiers. Because if you remember, Lethal Highway is the level where you use the motorcycle, I believe, to try and track down the president to have a nice conversation with, and nothing else, of course. And you know I can't play Shadow the Hedgehog levels without Shadow the Hedgehog, so I went and found a Shadow the Hedgehog mod that you could throw in on top of this. It's a completely separate thing made by a different creator, but I figured it'd be fun just so you could see it in action. Now hopping over to the realm of gameplay changing mods, we have probably one of my favorite things that's come out of this so far, the Supersonic Toggleable Transformation mod. Now if you're a fan of Supersonic and being able to change into him whenever you desire, this one is gonna be for you. Sonic Frontiers doesn't have the ability to play as Supersonic outside of the boss fights, but with this mod, all you do is set which key you want to be the transformation key in the mod loader, and then in-game, with or without 50 rings, you jump up in the air and BAM! You are the strongest being this side of the Mississippi. And if that's not strong enough for you, perhaps you can ascend even further beyond into Supersonic 2, which is definitely not Dragon Ball plagiarism. We have never done that. There's never been a case for it. Please don't sue us. One of my favorite features of this one, too, is you can set it so it has random music depending on what you set in the mod loader, and you have themes from previous games along with all the Titan themes. So if you just want to zip around the islands and have a good time, please check this one out. And I know it seems like we were just getting started, but the last mod we're going to be showing off today is even more of a doozy than the last time I said it would be a doozy. For the first time in a very long time, we got extra playable characters in a Sonic game. Tails, Knuckles, and Amy are finally back in playable roles after, like, I don't know, 10 years, maybe more, but they can't be played on other islands or cyberspace stages until the playable Amy, Knuckles, and Tails mod. If you can't tell what this does just by the title of it, I don't know if I can help you, but as you can see here, I'm able to switch on the fly to Tails, Knuckles, and Amy wherever I am in Sonic Forces, including the cyberspace stages. Really nice detail, too. If you switch in cyberspace, you even get this funky little cyber portal effect while your character changes, and I just think that's a neat touch. They didn't have to do that, but I'm really glad they did. You can access these other characters by pressing 1, 2, 3, and 4 on your keyboard. 1 returns you to Sonic, 2 is Amy, 3 is Knuckles, and 4 is Tails. That's the order you help them in the main game, so it's very easy to remember. And just like that, you're playing as whoever you want, whenever you want, why-ever you want. Quick note for this one though, you're also going to need this character normalizer mod, or else these guys will not function properly in cyberspace stages. You'll also have to unlock all their abilities again if you're playing on any other island outside of another story, but you can either turn on an unlock all skills code or have unlimited skill points code inside the mod loader in case you just want to play around with these guys. This can be used for pretty fun stuff too. A while back I was streaming this game, it was sort of like a revisited playthrough, and I was thinking, hey, I'll play as Amy on Kronos Island, Knuckles on Ares Island, and Tails on whatever the last island's called. It had some dumb name I can't remember off the top of my head right now. But of course, you don't have to follow my example. I'm not your father. It's been decided. And that's gonna do it for today's video. I hope you saw some stuff that's new and you want to try out for yourself. And if you need help figuring it out, please let me know down in the comments if you would like a tutorial on how to make Sonic Frontiers mods work. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel for more Sonic mods and fan games. And also make sure to comment down below, let me know what your favorite thing was, and maybe answer the question of the day to get your comment into the next video. And without further ado, I will thank my current channel supporters, who are Wildwire, Elijah Perry, Common CJ, Keel Cartoons, Noah Wizbios, Neo, Disabled Gamer K, Coping Continuous, Giggles, Josh Wynn, Brish Dibbler, Goody, Blinky, Ken K, Mr. Cashmere, AWS Original, Dino's Burrito, Stormcat Kirby, Redder Blue, Super FNAF Dude 2, Hornet, Garrett Price, The Chicken Boy Show, Erwin the Fennec Fox, the real MVP, thank you so much, dude. He gifted almost everyone on this list memberships, so huge thank you to him. Will Yates, Colin A, Mr. Happy Shot, Saquana, Sonic's Prime, Henry Hart Gold, Spike the Mobian, Poke Hedgehog 321, That Linux Dude Dominic Hayes, The SciShow, Jade Teal Aaron, Melonhead, CSDX, Nean, Danny Lee Dauber, Mr. Dreamcast, Jeremy, Dax, Faye, Minty, Mega Trafficone, Ty Little Tech Guy, Crystal, and on Patreon, Drew Smothers and Noah Wizbios again. Thank you also to everyone in the $1 tier. I really appreciate your support, and remember, if you have a membership now, you can always continue it later to keep getting access to perks such as a badge next to your name, which lets your comments be seen easier, members-only posts and videos, a special Discord role if you're in my Discord, and my eternal gratitude. You're really helping the channel stay moving, and I really appreciate that. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see all of you next time.